Hello, I'm going to talk through how to set up and get started with Recur, our new residential MSP billing platform in conjunction with Kabuto. So, in the App Center, you'll find Recur. I want to just talk through a tiny bit of the background before we get started with the actual setup. Over on the Kabuto website, in Resources, they've got a page called How to Sell Kabuto, and it's got some steps on how to sell. They've got some example like pricing plans at the bottom that you could maybe go with, and then on the Kabuto sales docs, here is a like Word doc flyer you could use. There's some more info you can use to help you sell. So I would take the time to go get oriented with this stuff, and then before you actually go through with the integration in RepairShopr, I would go to your Kabuto account and make sure these policies are the actual plans that you're going to be using when you're selling. So if you've already got your plans, something like this, basic, monitoring, protection, full managed, maybe you've got a $30, $40 one. If you've already got those, go to Kabuto and create policies that have the add-ons and the settings you want with the name of your package. So everyone's Kabuto account should probably already be bootstrapped with like these default ones. In RepairShopr, if you just click through the setup wizard, this stuff will all just work, and there'll be sample pricing in and everything. But if you go through on the Kabuto side and make these packages the way you want them beforehand, it's just going to make life a tiny bit easier. So you've got that out of the way. Come over to RepairShopr, and okay, so this video is going to assume you've already got Kabuto linked with your customers mapped, and that stuff is all good. What that should look like is, you've got your Kabuto integration with your customers, and your customers are all mapped, and you don't have like catch-all customer or default customer with like all the devices in it, but you've got different Kabuto customers mapped to different RepairShopr customers. So if that's the state you're in, we are ready to continue on with the Recur setup. So Recur is going to, here I'll restart the wizard. Recur is going to automatically have your policies from Kabuto. So these policies are going to be right here, and we've already created what we're calling a Kabuto package out of these. So you can just click continue and you're good to go. I think the purpose of this video should be to be able to get a little bit deeper into this, so I'll kind of talk through this a little bit. We're going to have a package on the RepairShopr side that will basically combine or map the Kabuto policy to like a price and a description and a RepairShopr product. So what this means is we'll be able to list your products and descriptions and everything in RepairShopr, and we'll know like which Kabuto device based on which policy should be at what rate or should be billing on which RepairShopr product. So that might be a lot, but the short version is just RepairShopr will map Kabuto policies to a RepairShopr product. So we've automatically created some for you. We'll automatically create one for each policy, and you can go, edit those products. I'll show you that in a couple seconds. For the sake of getting through this, I would just say, okay, it's already set some stuff up. We'll look at that later, and click continue. And now it's going to say, hey, we need a default invoice template for new subscriptions for recurring invoice. So you can change that here. You can change the name. You can drive the normal RepairShopr recurring invoice stuff here. We would recommend just doing the monthly. Next run at can be next day or next month. This could be useful for like maybe on the day they set up, you charge them for the first month, and then you would want the subscription to start the following month. You could do it that way. That's what we intended here. The easy way is just next day when you set it up, you'll save their credit card and everything, and then tomorrow, whenever the next day is, it'll run the first one. I would do auto charge credit card and file and email customer the PDF, and then hit save. This is not going to create any invoices or anything. It's just setting up a template for you. So now there's a couple other options in here. You can optionally automatically downgrade customers. So what this means, if you've got this turned on, if their billing fails and that invoice becomes past due, RepairShopr will like automatically go and take those Kabuto devices in Kabuto and remove any paid add-ons. So that means is if you have like hundreds of people in here and some of them their credit cards are expiring and they're not updating, you never have to worry that you're paying for Kabuto add-ons for your customers that are no longer paying you. So I would have this on. That's the recommended flow, but you can definitely turn it off if you want to do that stuff manually. Then you can also allow users to self-serve their devices in the customer portal. What this means is literally in the customer portal, I'll just show one. Let's see if I can get to one easily. Okay, so in the customer portal, this is new, stored payment options. So the customer can manage stored credit cards. They can add a stored credit card to their profile. And what that setting is driving is this area. So it gives them a button where they can see packages and they can see the packages you've got and they can click buy. So ignore the text and stuff. We'll come back to that. That's what this checkbox is doing. It's putting that section in the customer portal. So maybe turn that off at first until you get everything configured and then come back and turn it on later. I'm just going to leave mine on. So once you click finish there, it's configured, it's ready to go. Now you can go tweak some of these settings if you want to fine tune it. I would. And this fully manage your products link, this is the Kabuto packages. This is where we've got the packages that are based on your policies and then these fallback packages. I can kind of talk through what these different things are. In Kabuto, a device can have a policy. So maybe a device, this one here, has a policy on it. And then if you go into this device and you manually change a setting, like maybe you turn off the antivirus, it'll no longer be on this policy, but it'll have monitoring turned on and no antivirus. So in that case, rather than RepairShopr just ignoring this device and taking it all the way out of billing, we use these fallback packages. And in that case, it would map to this one, the monitoring only. So if there's a monitoring add-on turned on, it would use the fallback package of monitoring to continue doing some billing. So that's just like a nice, this doesn't show up in the customer portal or anything. It's just used for that case when you happen to go, manually tweak one, and they have a subscription, it'll keep working. Okay, so under edit description, that's where you can change the description that shows in the customer portal. So when we go into that portal and we saw these descriptions, those are all editable here under edit description. This is HTML based, so you can put images in here, bullets, all kinds of nice marketing stuff, and save these. You can change the name here, and those will show up in the customer portal. These will also show up in an embed code that you can put on your website. So I would take a minute to go put a nice description on those. And then what you can also find here is a handy link to the product. So for each one, you can just like hold Control and click them all. You'll get all your products up in a new tab. And here you can change the price, cost, description of the RepairShopr product that will be used when you set up a subscription to bill people. So for each of these products, you can say if you want them visible in the customer portal, and then you can go in and do all the description, category, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so back to our overview. So at this point, we are basically configured. We've looked at our products, we've got the pricing set, we understand what the fallback things do, we've got our additional options set up the way we want, we've got some Kabuto policies. We're basically ready to go ahead and start selling. So we're going to end this video here. This is basically configuration overview for Recur, and we'll have another couple videos you should go watch on example flows of how to check in a customer, and probably some more business model stuff too. Enjoy!